So if you haven't heard, a big splashy revival of Sweeney Todd is heading back to Broadway this spring. And when I say big, I mean we're talking real big. According to the New York Times, they've got a 26-person cast, a 27-piece orchestra, and a $14 million budget. That is a major contrast already to recent productions of Sweeney. And they just announced that the production is going to be starring Tony Award winner Annaleigh Ashford and international music sensation Josh Groban? So naturally, we gotta talk about this. And of course, we're absolutely gonna dreamcast it. If this is your first time seeing my face, hi! My name is Kat. I really like musicals. If you really like musicals, hit subscribe to join the musical theater internet cult. If you do, I will personally bake you a meat pie. One sub equals one pie. Thanks to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. Question of the day, what are your thoughts on this Sweeney Todd revival? Are you super into it? Can you not stand it? Are you somewhere in between? Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. Also, spoiler alert. I feel like most people know Sweeney, and we're not going to like purposefully spoil the plot or anything, but there might be some minor spoilers along the way as we discuss plot points. So it seems like the internet is divided on whether or not they like the idea of Josh Groban playing Sweeney. People have been saying he's too young. I disagree. He's definitely a lot younger than Sweeney is usually cast. He's 41. But that's about how old Sweeney Todd would actually be. Well, Benjamin Barker. He was wrongfully imprisoned for 15 years, so 41, that puts him at 26. That's a very reasonable age to start a family, especially back in those days. Also, Josh Groban doesn't strike me as particularly intimidating or murderous, and I kind of like that. You know, Sweeney is inconspicuous and he's quiet, so I kind of like the idea of Sweeney being played by a totally average guy who doesn't look like he's going to kill you in the middle of a haircut. Because I will say, in a lot of other productions of Sweeney, I feel like you're sitting there watching it and you're like, I wonder which one of these totally normal people could be a murderer. And then the guy playing Sweeney always looks like he just levitated straight out of a Spirit Halloween. So personally, I'm stoked for Josh Groban. I think he has a buttery voice. He's a big name draw for Broadway. He has a dog named Sweeney, and that's adorable. And as for Annaleigh Ashford, I could not be more excited. Oh my gosh. Definitely on the younger side for Love It, but whatever, I don't care. She's hysterical. I think she's so brilliant. She's one of my favorite performers. She's like my type of weird. Like, remember during quarantine when she filmed that music video from Cats where she played all the cats?
Do they have people teeth?
She's just one of those comedic actresses that can absolutely just scoop up the audience and just drag them around and take them for a ride. So I cannot wait to see her just like command the stage. Probably get another Tony, or at least a nomination. So needless to say, I can't wait. Let me know your thoughts on casting Josh and Annaleigh in the comments below and all your thoughts on that. And let's take a quick moment to thank today's sponsor. When you go to the bathroom, you always close the door behind you, right? You don't want some random person looking in on you, seeing what you're up to in there, because it's private. So why would you let people look in on you when you go online? Using the internet without ExpressVPN is like going to the bathroom and not closing the door, something I now deeply regret. Did you know that your internet service provider knows every single website you visit and then can sell that information to ad companies and tech giants to use your own data to target you? Well, ExpressVPN puts a stop to that. It reroutes your data through their secure, encrypted servers so that your online activity can't be seen by anyone. I use ExpressVPN across all my devices, phone, laptop, even my router, so that everyone who uses my Wi-Fi will be protected. And the best part is, using ExpressVPN is as easy as closing a bathroom door. Something I still wish I did. I didn't think they'd follow me in. Just fire up the app, click one button, and you're protected. ExpressVPN is the world's #1 rated VPN by TechRadar, The Verge, and countless others. So if you want your online activity to be your private business, check out ExpressVPN. Find out how you can get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free when you visit expressvpn.com/catsteele or click the link in the description box below. Thanks to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this segment. And now, please get out of here. I'm trying to do something. So whenever we dreamcast something like this, we try to do like a semi-realistic casting, and one of the things to take into consideration is who's already cast. So we're going to be building the frame out from Josh Groban and Annaleigh Ashford, if that makes sense. So apparently, the joke is that this revival is the worst kept secret in the industry. It's been in the works for 3 years. The casting announcement got leaked. It was only recently confirmed. So there's been chatter and rumors about who's going to play the rest of the supporting roles. So let's kick it off with one of those rumors and talk about Judge Turpin. So my first thought was, because we already have Josh Groban as Sweeney, we gotta find some other way to get Norm Lewis back in here, and I feel like he could be a really phenomenal Judge Turpin. Or maybe they could bring back another legacy Sweeney to come back and play Turpin. Another option would be my middle school crush, Terrence Mann. He originated Javert in Les Mis, he was in Pippin, Cats, and a trillion other things, but apparently word on the street is that the part is going to be played by Patrick Page. That's a lot of peas. You guys of course know him from Hadestown. He also originated Frollo in Hunchback of Notre Dame, so of course he's a perfect fit. It absolutely makes sense that he would be Judge Turpin, and I would kill to see him in the role. Let's talk about Beetle Bamford. I feel like you could put so many different actors here, and it all just depends on which kind of vibe you're going for. Like, who do you need to fill out the circle to create the vibe you want to curate? You know, curating the Beetle Bamford vibe. My first thought was like a Jefferson Mays from Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder and The Music Man. I could see another one of my favorites, Chris Fitzgerald from Waitress and Wicked and Company, and I don't know what it is about Chris Fitzgerald. Like, I'm literally smiling thinking about him. He's another one of those actors that just like scratches this weird itch in my brain, and everything they do just absolutely destroys me. So I'm struggling when it comes to Pirelli because Josh Groban is younger and Pirelli is supposed to be his apprentice pre-incarceration. What age are we even looking at? Like 30? I have no idea. But this is where I originally put Chris Fitzgerald because I think he would actually steal the show as Pirelli. Like, I had to Google it to make sure that he hadn't played Pirelli already, and I didn't find anything that said that, which absolutely shocked me because can you imagine Chris Fitzgerald as Pirelli? I could also see them going with like a Brandon Uranowitz, Wesley Taylor kind of Book of Mormon missionary guy. I really don't know. So let me know if anyone has a good solution for Pirelli. That was the original name for Pirelli's Miracle Elixir. It was just good solution for Pirelli. Wordplay. Last one. Do you guys ever imagine how good, this is so weird, how good like actors or comedians would be in musical theater roles? I don't even know if they can sing, but they would be great in this role if they could. I think the most absolutely unhinged Pirelli would be Jason Mantzoukas. I don't know why, but I can just picture that so clearly, and that's another mental image that just cracks me up. Not an actual suggestion, just a fever dream I wanted to share. So let's talk Beggar Woman, because I feel like it's one of those roles that can very easily steal the show, so I hope they get someone really good. And the best part is, I feel like the bill is kind of open. Like, a lot of really great people fit the role. I'm talking like a Jennifer Samard or an Elizabeth Stanley. So many people could fit this role. I want to hear who you want as Beggar Woman. This is the part I'm most curious about, so let me know. I think I've narrowed it down to my top 2, and I'm gonna go ahead and lock in Ruthie Ann Miles from The King and I or Amber Gray from Hadestown. Those ladies are knockout incredible, and those shows gave them each a win and a Tony nomination, so I think Beggar Woman could bring them the next. And now let's be super biased and talk about my favorite character, Joanna. Pretty little Joanna. Did anyone else watch the Angela Lansbury Pro Shot on repeat on DVD as a child, and now that line reading is just permanently seared into your brain? Joanna. So this is another role that's been rumored online, and apparently Michaela Diamond may be a contender. She's not someone who immediately came to mind for me, and I think that's just because I haven't heard her legit voice, and because I know her really from the Cher show. I saw her at Stars in the Alley last time I went, and she blew me out of the water. So I would be super curious and stoked to see her. I could also totally see the role going to someone like Shireen Pimentel. She was Maria in the revival of West Side. She was in the Encore's production of Into the Woods. Her voice is out of this world. If you haven't heard her, I kid you not, like after this video, you need to look her up and hear her legit voice because her vibrato is so effortless and spinny. Just stunning. I could also see Joanna going to someone like Ashley Park. She was Tony nominated as Gretchen in Mean Girls. I saw her as Tuptim in The King and I, another sad soprano. She's on Emily in Paris on Netflix, right? That's got mainstream appeal. That's gonna be helpful. I feel like this production could very heavily lean on star power to try to get tickets sold. I feel like every Broadway production in the next couple years is going to lean very heavily on star power to get tickets sold. So I think we're gonna be seeing a lot of celebs until we financially recoup from the pandemic. Okay, so for Anthony, I have no idea. I kid you not, no thoughts, brain empty. The only idea I had was like Isaac Powell, but I feel like that's the easy way out. So I don't know, I feel like I'm missing someone, so please help me out. Who do you want to see as Anthony? And now the final rumored celebrity casting, which is actually one that I would have chosen regardless. And if it pulls through, I will be so thrilled. So fingers crossed that Toby will actually be played by Gaten Matarazzo. He would be perfection, aside from the obvious that he's like massively talented and popular from Stranger Things. He recently did a stint in Dear Evan Hansen on Broadway as Jared. I saw him as Jack in Into the Woods over at the Hollywood Bowl. He was spectacular. He has such a knack for making you really care about characters and really rooting for them. So I think he'd perfectly round out the cast as Toby. Either him or James Corden. You never know. Yeah, wait, didn't his late night show end? Probably because he's going to play Toby in the Sweeney Todd revival. Tell everyone you know. But those are just a couple of my thoughts. I want to hear from you. Who do you want to cast in the Broadway revival of Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're new here, hit subscribe, join the musical theater internet cult. Again, huge thank you to ExpressVPN for sponsoring today's video. You can click the link below or visit expressvpn.com/catsteele to find out how you could get 3 months for free. For free. Why did I do that? I hope you're having a great day. I love you so much. Break a leg, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.